retaliatory strikes, residents of Tel Aviv and surrounding areas have expressed a mixture of fear and uncertainty. International and local media have captured the immediate reactions of Israelis who were forced to rush to bomb shelters as sirens blared and explosions rocked the city. One resident described how a blast destroyed half his house while he was in shelter.
הייתה אזעקה, הערתי את אשתי, רצנו למטה למקלט, נעלנו את הדלת, אחרי כמה דקות היה בום שהרעיד את כל הדלת של המקלט. שמענו רעשים, חשבנו זהו, הלך הבית. והלך חצי בית.
פעם ראשונה שקורה דבר כזה בשכונה, סדר גודל כזה, מטורף, מתאוששים מזה.
Standing near a building that was hit by an Iranian attack overnight, David, also from Tel Aviv, expressed strong support for Israel's military action.
שום דבר לא ירתיע אותנו להמשיך במשימה שלנו.
On the other hand, Erez voiced frustration and sorrow.
כל זה לא היה קורה, לא לנו ולא להם.
The strikes left many residents to grapple with the immediate aftermath of their situation.
Israelis in shock after Iran's retaliatory strikes. In the aftermath of Iran's retaliatory strikes, Israelis expressed a variety of reactions. Some were defiant, saying that nothing will deter them, while others displayed frustration and sorrow at the overall situation. Iran launched a large wave of retaliatory missile and drone strikes on Israel into Saturday morning, killing at least 3 people and wounding dozens. The barrage of strikes came after a series of blistering Israeli attacks on the heart of Iran's nuclear program and its armed forces. Explosions lit the night skies over Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, shaking buildings as the Israeli military urged frightened civilians to take shelter. Sirens started this morning. Suddenly there was a crazy explosion in the neighborhood. All the neighbors are complaining about shattered glass, said resident Opal Mizrachi. She noted that 3 villas were damaged, adding, "First time something like this has happened in the neighborhood, in such a crazy scale. We are recovering from this." Another resident, Moshe Shani, recounted the moment a missile struck nearby. There was a siren. I woke my wife up, we ran downstairs to the shelter, we locked the door. After a few minutes there was a boom that shook the entire shelter's door. The door opened in the shelter and we heard noises. We thought that's it, the house was gone and half of the house was gone, fell apart. The Iranian attack was a direct response to an Israeli assault that used warplanes and drones to strike key nuclear facilities and kill top Iranian generals and scientists. Iran's UN ambassador said 78 people were killed and more than 320 wounded in the Israeli attacks. Israel's government has presented its rationale for the attack as a preemptive strike on Iran in order to hinder its efforts towards building nuclear weapons. This claim, however, has not thus far been shared by several experts and the US government, who have been in talks with Iran regarding its nuclear program. The next planned round of talks between the US and Iran, which was due to take place on Sunday, has now been cancelled. Residents show mix of defiance and despair after attack. Residents of Tel Aviv showed a wide range of reactions to the Iranian retaliatory attack, with differing views on the escalating conflict and its effect on their daily lives. For some, the overnight barrage was a frightening but familiar disruption. It's not particularly pleasant, and unfortunately, we are pretty much used to this, said resident Ramilan. For me, it is more like annoying than a threat. For others, however, anxiety was the dominant feeling. Howard Allenstein, an American living in Israel, described his wife's reaction. She's very, very anxious, and she wants to leave as soon as possible. She's talking about going over the bridge to Jordan. She was talking about getting on a ferry to Cyprus. She is really upset. Amid the destruction, some voiced steadfast resolve. Standing near a damaged building, David, another Tel Aviv resident, expressed strong support for Israel's military actions. We see the destruction. Nothing will deter us. We must continue our mission and eliminate those we need to and do whatever is necessary. Nothing will deter us. We will continue with all our might, advancing, he said. Others, like Max Reshpsky, see a prolonged battle ahead. It won't end soon. It will take a long time, he said, explaining. This is a regional war. This is another round of escalation, a war, and we've been in it for about 2 years now. Meanwhile, a sense of sorrow and frustration was also present. Erez, who rode his bicycle past an attack site, said he wished both sides could live in peace. I hoped none of this would happen, not to us and not to them, and everyone would live in their own space, he said. He questioned the necessity of the conflict, adding, "These ballistic missiles and the missiles that US President Trump is sending us, it is not worth the money that American taxpayers pay. It is not worth the danger to our soldiers. Everyone wants to live in peace. I hope this reaches the right people."